What's going on, everybody? Welcome to G Miles World Podcast, and we're going to be talking about Sunday Night Football, Week 6 of the 2018 NFL season, and oh my goodness, what a game it was. Now, we're going to go ahead and jump from the beginning to the end in 10 minutes. Pretty much what happened is this. I believe that Patrick Mahomes, this game was something that was probably very, very important to him, and it was something that I think got to him as far as his nerves go, because he missed some early touchdowns early in the first quarter. He continued to make errant throws throughout the game, but he made some plays when it really counted, but it was too late because you can't. The thing about the Patriots, what makes the Patriots so good is if you make a mistake, they usually counter, you know what I'm saying? Like they make you pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So any opportunity that you have to hurt them, you have to hurt them. Else, you know what I'm saying? Like you're just waiting to lose. You know what I'm saying? If you look at the statistical features that the Patriots bring when they're dealing with guys that they don't usually lose at home since Tom Brady's been there. So a lot of that comes into it. The way that the game was, it was 83 points scored in this game. And a lot of it came in the second half when Tyreek Hill just went 8. Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. But it's going to be some growing pains for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to sit last year. He's coming into his own right now. There's a lot of things going on with it. And this game may be the reason that they beat the Patriots in the playoffs later. Believe it or not, because they got to see a lot of things. I will tell you this, though. Hitchens is a bum, the linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's just put it like this. Both the defenses suck. The Patriots and the Chiefs defense, it sucks. You're giving up 40-plus points, you suck. That's the bottom line. I don't want to hear it from either way. But offensively, these teams are very, very dangerous. And I got to see a lot. You know, Edelman, made some plays. We had Gronk late with that crazy stiff arm. Josh Gordon, of course. We had Chris Hogan. So Brady is getting his weapons back, and he's going to get a little bit more fluent with his team as the season goes on and progresses, and he's going to be ready for the playoffs. And I also believe on the defensive side of the ball for the Chiefs, they're missing a lot of pieces also. So it's going to be a very, very good balance. You may notice that I'm not bringing up the Steelers. I'm not bringing up the Steelers primarily because I don't think that locker room is prepared to, compete with either one of these teams right now, because all they have to do is have a bad game and it's chaotic. What you notice about certain teams that have good structure, you don't really hear a lot. Like with the Patriots, when they were losing early, all their gimmicks and everything like that was going on in the offseason. Why didn't he play Malcolm Butler, all that stuff. And when the season starts, it's different. So looking at these teams right now, yes, both their defenses are trash, but that's how the rules are set up now. For high-scoring games. And this game was worth the price of admission. Like, this was a hyped-up game, but it was really, really good. So let's go and break it down, team by team. The Chiefs, Kareem Hunt he's the real deal. You're talking about a guy that came out, fumbled the first game against the same Patriots team, hasn't fumbled since, came out 100 and something, whatever amount of yards, receiving. I think he almost reached 100 from scrimmage also. Unbelievable. Like I said, Patrick Mahomes got some of the nerves out, and he was ready to go in the second half, but he cost the team early in the game. Kelsey was available throughout the game to make some plays, but they started setting different type of pressures at him. You had Hightower pick him off early with a disguised, fake blitz or whatever like that. So there's certain things that he's going to come into his own and he's going to learn. And you can look at his face and see that he was visibly nervous playing the Patriots. Like, some people don't have that visibility of fear. And I don't want to say it was fair, because nervousness is natural. Like, if you're not nervous with big games, something's wrong with you. You probably just want to lose. Because everybody, no matter how great you are, you're going to feel those nerves. But once the whistle's blown and it starts, you got to let it go. And it looks like it took him a while to let it all go, and it was gone by the second half. But like I said, he missed 2 touchdowns early in the first quarter that ultimately changed the perspective of the game going forward. Looking at the defense of the Chiefs, like I said, they're missing a lot of key pieces. Those guys will be coming back throughout the season. We have to see how that goes. And I think that they're the real deal in the AFC. Them and the Patriots are the real deal. The Jaguars, I have to throw them out. Their defense is garbage after they just got taken care of by the Cowboys. And Blake Bortles sucks. So I'm never going to include the Jaguars. And the Jaguars are not even the number 1 defense anymore. Like, we got to find somebody else to give that to. Like, the Jaguars they're just terrible. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to talk about them right now. Going over to the other side with Tom Brady, like I said, I named some of his weapons that have come back. Josh Gordon, even with that pass interference on the left side of the field, where he dropped it, but he really caught it, Josh Gordon is going to come into his own. And once he gets into football shape, because I don't think he's in that yet, like, just looking at the way he was moving, like, he did catch a slant, He was trying to get past people. Tom Brady underthrew a ball that he was over the top, but I don't think he's in real football shape yet. I honestly don't, and I think that once he gets there, this team is going to be very, very dangerous. Defensively, they suck though. Okay, so the whole thing about them is just holding you to field goals. Because remember, they had 3 field goals in the first half or something like that. Maybe 3 field goals. Those should have been touchdowns. Like, the Chiefs had the opportunity to score touchdowns with those 3 field goals, and that's how you lose 43-40. Because everybody knows the Patriots don't have any defense. Like, the days of the dominance of the Patriot defense, those are things of the past. You know what I'm saying? Rodney Harrison, Ty Law, all them boys. Look, listen, it's over. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you this right now. The Patriots, their only shot is that offense. And it usually comes down to Tom Brady anyway, but usually in the past, the defense would be able to get stops. They're not going to be stopping many people. They're going to scheme and game plan week to week and try to come up with the best situation for the quarterback that they'll be facing. But it was really, really disgusting what was displayed. I don't know exactly what they're going to do going forward, but I'm not nervous when it comes to betting the Patriots, because it's something about them when they play at home. If they're able to get home field advantage, which the Chiefs would have probably been able to take away from them if they won today, we have to see how the rest of the season unfolds. But going to Foxborough to play is like the worst thing for anybody, because they don't usually lose there. So even though their defense can play terrible, Tom Brady is still going to do enough to help that team to win. And that's all that it was. Sunday Night Football, that's all that it was. Tom Brady did enough to make them win. It was nothing else that happened. We can't talk about, this guy. They sucked. Other than Hightower's interception, the defense was completely horrific. I'm pretty sure if any of you guys had them in fantasy, you probably lost. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go ahead and just guarantee that if you had the Patriots defense there. So going forward, we have to look at the teams in the AFC that I think that could make some noise. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers, people are going to probably try to place them there just to place them there. But I don't think that the Steelers are beating either one of these teams. I really just don't think that it's going to happen. Realistically speaking, it just doesn't make any sense for me to even put them in there. Even though they had a nice close win against the Bengals today, I just don't see it. It's something about that locker room. It's something about the leadership that's lacking. And when I look at the way that the Kansas City Chiefs, they had to get rid of players that were really, really good. Marcus Peters was a really good corner, but he was unbearable to deal with in the locker room. And that's what you have to do. You have to move on. Now, is it a chance that Marcus Peters is going to have success with the Rams? Yes, but it's better to keep the locker room the right way than to keep one good player. Because back in the day, it wasn't like this. You know what I'm saying? There weren't dudes just running around doing whatever they want to do. But in their defense, there wasn't social media. There wasn't a lot of things going on. So we don't know how those players would have been. Like, could you imagine if Michael Jordan would have been on social media? Like, we don't know. So we can say a lot of things like that, but ultimately, I don't know. Everybody's trying to build their brand, and it just becomes a very disgusting display of selfishness. And what happens is it influences the rest of the team. Either the younger players follow, or it just creates a chaotic environment where people see that, oh, that guy got away with it. Why can't I do it? So going forward right now, we have to wait. It's a very, very long season, obviously, but looking at it like, just in my mind, I see the Chiefs and the Patriots playing in the playoffs. Okay, and remember, I did pick the Chiefs to win this game, which they should have. But like I said, I didn't estimate that Mahomes would be that nervy at the start of the game. But like I said, I think he's going to be a great quarterback in this league. And you have to get this out of your system. Like, you have to understand, you're going up against the GOAT. I understand. And even after the game, Tom Brady ran across to give him a hug and everything like that because he sees that in him. So he has a high-powered offense. If they can stay together, this team is going to be unbelievable. All they got to do is really keep Tyreek Hill, though. And Tyreek Hill just has to stay healthy. And that gives him that deep threat, and it's going to open up everything for Kareem Hunt. You can't really do much, dealing with this Chiefs team. Getting a better defense, that's something that they're going to have to work on and figure out how to do. Eric Berry and all those guys got to come back, and we'll figure out how it's going to work. But I'm going to tell you this right now, man. The Chiefs are the real deal. I think that keep in mind that the Patriots are at home, and what they were able to display in the second half, they should have won the game, but the one big play to Grunk at the end, what are you going to do, man? Is Gronkowski. You know what I'm saying? I wanted the two best tight ends in the league, Gronkowski, Kelsey, like, that's pretty much where it is. I still give the edge to Gronk because he's on a more of a winning team with the Patriots. But again, a very, very good matchup. I do believe Like, that come playoff time, these two teams will meet, and it's going to be a crazy, crazy game. I'm going to give, Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to give him a B plus for tonight. Tom Brady, obviously, he has to get an A, bro. Like, that dude, what was the dude's name? Speaks? I thought he had him wrapped up, and he didn't. Got him. I don't know, man, but it was one great game. Let me know what you're thinking about it. Did you really enjoy it? Leave it in the comment section. Be sure to check back for Monday Night Football's recap coming soon. Talk to you guys and girls later. One love.